This is it, the module where it all comes together. So for the final steps, we're going to need 30 feet of the 1-inch rope, tape, tape measure, your scissors, a razor knife, hot glue gun, your swing hardware, and 8 of those grommets. And you're going to take the top part out and just use the inside ring. Then the trim for the cushion is optional. So now I'm going to zoom in and again just explain as I go so you can see it close up and finish the project. We're going to go ahead and add those grommets to give it a finished look where the ropes go through. So we need 4 grommets for the top and 4 grommets for the bottom. I like to press them in first just to make sure they fit. If maybe I need to cut a piece of fabric out of there or something, but typically they just fit snug and you can just push them right in. Once I know that it's a good fit and I don't have to trim anything up, I pop it out. I like to add a little bit of hot glue around the circle just for that extra, to know that it's not going to pop out. Then simply press it back in. And there you have it. Let's look close up. Isn't that a nice finished look? So we're going to do that all around for the remaining 3. Snap, glue, and pop back in. So let's do the bottom. We're just going to simply repeat the process. Press the fabric in, make sure the grommet fits, push it down. It fits, pull it out, add a little bit of glue. Pop it back down in. It's nice and secure. And so let's do the other 3. And there you go. So let's get ready for the rope. Now we're going to measure our 30-foot long piece, 15 for each side, and then cut it in half. Now I've already done that, but I just want to show you how I like to cut it to make sure that it doesn't fray. So I wrap the colored tape around where I'm going to need to cut it, which would be at the 15-foot mark. And I like colored tape because it's good to see where you're going through. And then tape off the ends once they're cut. So let's go ahead. We've got 2 15-foot pieces. Both ends are taped to prevent the fraying. And we're going to go ahead and get ready to tie our knot and slip it through and put the hardware on. So you're going to get the green in. Now we're going to tie our knot first. Now we want some fringe on this one. So however long your fringe is, double it. And then at that point you can tie your knot and you'll know that you have enough to unravel for the fringe at the end. Just pull really hard. Now this knot is really big, so it's not going to go through that hole. I also, just for an extra precaution, I like to add a little bit of hot glue. You don't have to. The knot is going to be really secure. You're going to take the opposite end of the rope and feed it through the bottom grommet and into the top grommet. Now I like to pull my tire over the edge of the table so it can just slip through. Once it's down and you've got that through, and because it's taped at the end, it's easy to find, you just pull the rope through. You're going to pull it all the way through until the rope hits the grommet. And you're going to pull it really tight, and you're going to see that it's not going to go anywhere. And you're going to take the tape off at the end and unfray the rope so you have a nice fringe.
So then you're going to add your clip on. Now it's easier to actually put the clip on like this because the rope is big, and you can see this clip, how this does. It has a screw on it, which you unscrew, and then you can push, and then it opens. And like I said, if you would do that after, you could still do it afterwards. It's just a little harder. So I like to do it this way. Now that the clip is on, you can feed the rope up through the top and then up through the bottom. And we need to tie another knot. Now I like to just simply measure from the other side so that it's even. Again, you're going to find out how much fringe you want, match it up. I've got my clip stuck there, so I just need to pull it down. And then you've got that measurement to where you can know that it's going to match the other side. Pull your knot really tight, measure it up. It looks really good. Add your glue. Now remember, when this is hanging, there's weight on it, so that's going to make those knots even tighter. Pull it down, and there you have it. Your side, one side is done. And we're simply just going to repeat this for the other side. Turn it over. Now we'll simply do the other side. The same as this with the hook on the end. Okay, so we've done the other side. Now I've got 2 clips. Now we're going to add the swivel hook. So this is where the clip comes in. So you're going to unscrew that. Sometimes it's a little hard to handle. And make sure your clip opens, and this swivel hook is going to go in nice. And you're going to secure that screw. Now you've got your second clip hook that you want to add to the swivel, the same part of the swivel hook. And you're simply going to repeat the process. And there you go. Tighten that screw. Now you've got your clips attached to your swivel hook, and this is how it looks in the tree. Very secure. Okay, final step. So we're going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the tip of that trim, and then let it dry for a second, and then cut it off. That way it won't fray when you put it on. You're going to want to look for the most inconspicuous place to start your trim. You don't want it in the front. So the best place here would be behind a rope, so it's hidden when it joins together. And we're simply going to hot glue this trim all the way around the seat, just to give it a nice finished look. Just apply your hot glue and press all the way around the seat. We're just going to go ahead and speed this up. Hot glue, press. And you just do this till you go all the way around and meet the other side. Now, again, just like when I started, I like to tip the trim off in hot glue, let it dry for a second, and then I can trim it. So you can see here I'm near the end. And just press it down. You always have these little glue strings you got to pull off. So I see where it matches, and I'm going to add some glue around my trim. That way I can cut that edge and it's not going to fray, and I can meet it right with the beginning of the trim. So here we go. Press it down, trim it off with scissors. I've got my glue down. And let's finish this. That's it. So let's see what we have. And here is the final product. I couldn't be happier with this. When I took a video of this hanging in a tree, I fell in love with it and thought I might actually want to keep this one. And there's the full view.